Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Meaghan Mo. I am Mo.
And I'm the lovely wife, Meaghan.
I don't know why she always have to qualify herself. I'm the lovely.
I am a lovely wife.
Okay.
I'm a lovely wife. He knows this. To qualify myself.
Anyway, thanks for joining us on a new episode today. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button. You will love it. You will be entertained. I guarantee you. Hit that like button. Comment down below. Let us know what you think. And it is what it is. Anyway, we wanted to discuss today our thought about having our first child together.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. And I felt like this will probably lead to a larger discussion because a lot of you guys who follow us and who listen to us, you can tell when I'm talking that I have some kind of accent in there, right? I was born and raised in West Africa, right? That's where I grew up, so that's why I have the accent. So I'm an African, a real African. I moved here when I was like 17 years old, and then
I'm an African.
American.
I'm an African stuck in America.
Okay, so she was born in the Bronx. She grew up here.
Boogie down.
Gun Hill Road.
No, the now defunct Bronx Municipal.
Anyway, we grew up in two different.
They don't give mommies, babies, birds over there.
Two different words.
I'm drinking, so never mind.
All right. So, yeah. So, okay. So originally, what happened was, leading up to finding out that she was pregnant, she kept telling me, I should drop her off. We were living in Brooklyn at this time, in New York, and she would say, "Oh, I'm late. I think I am," and I'll just be like, I'll brush it off, like, "Oh, I know you're not, please. You said that before." But I think part of her thought was, okay, I probably have some fears that that you might be.
No,
yeah.
Don't speak for me. Speak for yourself.
Anyway,
speak for yourself.
But part of that was, rarely do I freak out about anything. So even when I found out that she was pregnant, right, my mindset was, okay, I guess it's not what I planned, right? But then I told myself, hey, I'm having unprotected sex, right? What the hell do I expect? That's a possibility. So now, I'm like, now you man up, right? Man up, you man up about your situation, and you make the best of it. And so I remember at the time I was driving like a Toyota Yaris. I traded it in when I got a minivan. We went straight for this whole family thing. I was like, okay, I'm not living in Brooklyn anymore. I'm gonna move to Florida. All this sort of stuff. But yeah, part of me, I was excited. It wasn't what I was expecting, but once I found out, I was excited because I was like, okay, no, this will be the road to a new journey.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe now us as a real family together, because we were kind of like, I guess you can say we were kind of like living together from the beginning.
You spent a lot of time in my apartment.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time at her place. So you can say we were living together, but with that news, we were gonna move in together officially and do the family function thing. All right, so yeah, so I was excited. I wasn't freaked out at all. I was like, okay, it's a challenge. It's something that I'm gonna face, and I didn't feel like I need to learn much. When like I've known people that what's my son?
No, I was looking at our kids.
I've known people that when they're having their first child, they freak out. Oh, I have to go read a book. I've been around. Prior to that, I've been around my nephews being born. And I kind of feel like I have like a natural feeling about things, right? Because I remember when we had Kenji when he was a baby, my mom would freak out about me washing him up. She was like,
you want to drop him or something.
Yeah. But I'm a well-trained guy, I guess, mentally. I've seen things, so a lot of things come to me naturally. But to answer the question, no. I was excited. I felt like, okay, now we're moving into a whole new direction, and I guess speed up the process, right? Because technically you would say, right, the normal, we dated for a while, right? It's been a few years and I proposed, so you know what I mean? But it wasn't that. So, but yeah, so I just felt like, okay, now it's time to move to a new direction, and I was excited. I was a little bit nervous the night that he was born, or the morning that he was born, because it took a long time. That was really why, but I felt like everything was gonna be fine, you know, and in the end, it worked out for the best. Now we have a gorgeous family. I don't know if the camera can see up there, but anyway, your thoughts?
I guess I'm different because, like, up until that point in time, I felt like we were pretty much on the rocks relationship-wise because we broke up a lot, then we got back together, and then we broke up, right? So I felt like...
You know what's funny? Hold on. Quick disclaimer about that.
Disclaimer?
Or whatever. Quick whatever. I don't always know the words. But quick point about the breakup thing.
Go ahead, Doc.
We've never broke up for more than 2 hours. So it's not like we break up and then I don't talk to her for a week. Never. We'll break up and you know, we'll cuss each other out when we're dating, and then an hour later we
slam doors.
Right.
He's standing outside my door calling me an ungrateful.
And 2 hours later I'm back in my place and we're getting it on. So we never really broke up for like a week or anything like that. But anyway, go ahead.
But so yes, all that was occurring, plus some other things we are not going to go into on this video. But all that was occurring, and I felt like we were just kind of like going through the motions, like tossed up in the air. I didn't know where we stood, particularly at that point in time.
Talk about unstable.
Yes. So when I got pregnant, it was like before that, I felt like any point in time we could actually break up and then it'd be like, okay, fine, you go over there, I'm going over here. I ain't got to never see this dude again. But when I found that I was pregnant, it was like, oh, so I gotta look at him for the next 18, 21 years. Like, you know what I mean? It was almost like, even in our, you know, our relationship at the time, like, I wanted to be with you and I'm sure you wanted to be with me, like, in the long run. But at that point in time, I just wasn't looking at it as like something that really was gonna happen. It was like something I wanted to happen, but it really wasn't working the way I wanted it to work.
Well, it was hard to see.
Right.
At that time, yeah.
And then when I got pregnant, it was like, oh, like everything changed. Like, now I gotta deal with him. Like, now I really gotta deal with him. Like, now even if I was to break up with him and move away from him, there's gonna still be some involvement with you because you're gonna want to see your kid, or you're gonna want custody of your kid, or we're gonna be in court over the kids, or you're gonna want both my kids. Yes.
My tablet is on.
So plug it up. Does everything have to be a phone call?
Prince,
Yes.
go in my room, unplug my phone and plug it in right there. Be careful, please. Yeah, bring it.
Be careful. So when I found out I was pregnant, it was that was my initial thought, like, oh wow, you know, here goes the rest of my life with someone who I wanted to be with, but I kind of really, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I almost like I had a fantasy of wanting to be with you, but I really wasn't taking it seriously, because at that point in time, to me, you didn't make any real indication that you wanted to be serious with me, and I felt like having our first child together is where things took a turn for being serious. This would be our second child together right here. Prince.
There's nothing there. Go.
We're gonna have a video about thoughts on having our second child too, as well, and we're gonna tell you about him.
There was no thought on that one. Okay.
There was a thought on that one.
That was.
I don't want to have my period for the next couple of months. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But yeah. So because I didn't know where we stood, you know, it was just a big toss up. I just, you know, I couldn't see nothing in concrete at that point in time. So like I said, finding out I was pregnant with him was, all right, now I have 1 foot in the concrete. And then when I gave birth to him, it was, oh, this is real again. I have a baby in my arms. It's a baby me and him have created just months ago. I mean, literally just months ago before that, because Kenji was born, May 25th, 2011? So 2 years before that same time, me and Mafoya were classmates. We had just met each other. So when I look at it, it's like this really fast transition from me and him being in the same college, needing to take courses to graduate, deciding on this one class, which became our physics class, where we met, and we didn't tell anybody how we met for the most part, but we will make a video about how we met. And then going from meeting in that physics class, being friends, almost immediately being friends, and then
that first day.
The first day, right? Almost immediately being friends, and then from that, it went from us singling out ourselves to just kind of us going places and doing stuff together.
That's what I'm saying. As friends, we're basically inseparable. Like every single free time that we had that coincide, we're together.
And so we singled ourselves out. It was me and him, occasionally Legend. And then when I got my apartment in Brooklyn, because I was living with my mother at the time, when I got my apartment in Brooklyn, then that's when it started to go towards the route that eventually led to Kenji's creation. And then his birth. Thanks, person outside, for interrupting us with the annoying beep.
This is what you're going to get with us.
So, where was I? I don't know.
You were talking about after you moved to Brooklyn.
Right. So after I moved to Brooklyn, that's right. That's basically what our relationship picked up steam and led to, Kenji's birth. But I had said that already the last time. So yeah, I mean, like I said, my thoughts on, and then my second thought while pregnant was, I wonder what he's going to look like. That was my second thought. And when Kenji came out, he came out with these big old eyes, like somebody had surprised him, right? Remember those big old eyes and a little smushed up nose and those lips. But when I looked at Kenji, he had his father's nose, so I knew that, without a doubt, that there would be no question of the paternity in this instance. There would be no insult to, that ain't my baby, thrown at me like the last time. But I knew then that time that was a man baby too. So yeah, I don't play that game either. Like, you can't tell me who I am, okay? I know who I got pregnant by. But yeah, because I really, in my fantasy when I liked him, I was envisioning, right? But I didn't envision what our kids would look like. So.
Yes, Noe. Okay, I'm coming.
To finally see him in the flesh, I was like, whoo, thank God he ain't ugly. And then the third thing that came to mind was he's going to have to be named the Belubi. So I just thought that name was kind of weird. No offense, babes.
Yeah, Dawson is so great.
Hey.
Anyway. And I changed all of that around. Anyway.
No hyphen?
Hell no. So I would say Kenji's birth brought a small, significant dose of stability into.
Because before we were highly unstable.
Yeah. It brought some.
We were.
It brought some. Is sureness the word?
Assurity? I don't know.
Yeah, it brought some assurance, it's cemented.
Mm-hmm. Solidified. Yeah. It brought reality, really.
Moving forward.
Like, okay, now we're really in this together. Now it's not just a simple relationship, because you had established a relationship with Legend at that point in time. So now it just wasn't a relationship of you being there for my first child. It was like, no, we also now have a child together.
Yeah.
Now we're really in this together. Like, all right, shit just got real for you and I, as two people who just created a child together.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all go ahead and sound off in the comment below. Let us know what it was like for you when you had your first child. How was it for both parties? As always, if you're new around here, subscribe. Yes, baby. I'm coming, baby.
That'd be our third child together.
That's our daughter. Anyway, she's always in the tub and she's always calling me. See, we can't work. We're trying to work. But anyway, if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video. Y'all sound off in the comment below. Let us know what your stories or what your experiences was. We'd like to hear it. Yes, I'm coming. If you have a topic, want to discuss, drop us a line, send us an email.
Meaghan Mo, MEAGHAN, Mo, that's the letter N, MO@gmail.com.
It's always in the description, always. As always, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you watching our videos. You're the reason why we do it. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.